Hello, friends. Today is the first day that kicks off Fashion Revolution Week. Some of you may have no idea what that is, and some of you may be more versed in it than I am, but I thought it would be good for those of you that know about it, we'll just do a quick refresher. And for those of you that don't know, I wanted to tell you what it is and how it started and why we are going to be continuing to give you more information this week surrounding Fashion Revolution, because it is really important to continue to raise awareness and to be more educated on why this week is important and why it exists. So Fashion Revolution Week started in the wreckage, literally the wreckage of the Rana Plaza collapse, which happened in 2013. If you are not familiar with that, it was a Bangladesh, it was an 8-story building with a lot of garment factories on the upper levels. And then the main level had like banks and retail spaces. But the heartbreaking thing about the collapse, which happened on April 24th, 2013, which claimed, in the end, claimed about over 1,100, actually 1,134 lives, and injured 2,500. So it shocked the world. It was the biggest factory disaster ever, and it was catastrophic. It happened during rush hour in the morning. And the really sad part about it, and this is where it shows that actually it was straight up neglect for the garment workers, was the day before they had found cracks in the walls. And the suggestion was evacuate, don't let anybody in the building. And the main level, the retail space, the bank and the retailers all left. But the building owner told the garment workers they had to go. They had to go back to work the next day, and that's when it collapsed. So there was just a really lack of regard. Clearly, it was more important that the building was up and running and they were making money and getting their, what they needed, than actually taking care of and making sure that everybody was safe. So it shed a big spotlight on what is going on in garment factories, and this is major, and we're disregarding human life. So what else is going on? So there's all sorts of other things under the surface, but that's when Fashion Revolution Week, or Fashion Revolution, really started. And then they have a week every year. This is around the same time, as you can see, as the Rana Plaza collapse, to really raise awareness about this issue and this topic. So the vision for Fashion Revolution is a global fashion industry that conserves and restores the environment and values people over growth and profit. Because there are a lot of brands in the Rana Plaza collapse that didn't even know that they had their clothing being actually manufactured there. So we outsource it and we say, you find the cheapest price, right? Let's just say I'm a big fast fashion brand. Just find I need it to be this price per t-shirt. So I don't care where you make it, just get it done. So there were brands in there that had no idea that their clothing was being made there. And that is also what brings up the issue of transparency. We don't know who's making our clothes. The brand may not even know. And if you don't know who's making your clothes, how can you ensure the safety? And a lot of what big brands have done, they have said, oh, well, we don't own the factory, so they can do what they want. It's not our responsibility, which is grossly, neglectful and irresponsible. And so there were a lot of major brands that came out of realizing, oh, our clothes are being made there. So clearly we align with, as at Lev, we align with the values of Fashion Revolution Week, and it is about raising awareness. A lot of people, I had no idea what other people were going through. And then you dig into a great documentary, if you haven't seen it, is The True Cost. It is a fantastic documentary. It is older, so you have to just kind of roll with that, but it will give you, it really is based on that Rana Plaza collapse, and then it shows you all these different aspects, environmental, clearly people, how it's impacting the people, garment workers, a lot of women, and all the different facets of the industry that have really created this monster that is not helping, it's actually harming the world's most vulnerable. It's really targeting those who do not have another option. This is their only option, and they're not being paid or treated fairly. So I guess my hope is that you will follow along this week as we just keep giving information out and raising awareness together. I want you to feel free to ask questions if you are kind of newer to the journey, or you've been on the journey a long time. Let's just have these conversations and really chat through what the fashion industry has become and what we can do. I mean, a big thing, you'll see these little signs that say, "I made your clothes," being held by a garment worker. We have to understand that there are people and lives behind the clothes that we are wearing, and it's very important to attach people to the clothing, because clothes aren't made by a machine. It's not robots making your clothes. It's an actual person that it takes, and I don't see that changing anytime soon, if ever, because it's very specific, and you need to make sure that you have a person actually running the machines. So from that to garment, I mean, you'll notice we're starting to do a lot more with better fabric, whether it's GOTS certified or it's fair trade, because people are being affected from the sourcing of our fabric as well. And if there's chemicals in it, that's causing damage, that's causing health issues, generational issues. So we just want to be fully aware and remove the veil. I feel like a few years ago we had a veil over our food industry, and we had some major documentaries that came out and people just became more aware, and now we have massively changed the availability of organic foods and cleaner ingredients. And I think that this is an opportunity, one person at a time, one heart change at a time, to change the fashion industry and make it better for all. So thank you for being here on this journey, and I'd love to hear if you have any thoughts or questions or anything you want to add right off the bat, because I know that a lot of you out there have a lot of valuable information to share as well. So put it in the comments. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and looking forward to the rest of the week. Bye.